guys, welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, then welcome. I would love for you guys to subscribe if you aren't already. If you are new here, my name is Ashley. I'm a mom of two. On this channel, it's a family channel, but I also post a lot of mom related videos as well as family vlogs. I would love for you guys to join our little family. As you guys see in the title, we are going to talk about periods today.
Yeah, I got it. It's so red. Cherry Slush Club. Blood sisters.
So if you are watching this video right now and if you get grossed out about periods, or you just don't want to know too much, then this is probably not the video for you, because I'm very transparent. I'm going to be completely honest about these two products and my experiences with them. So yeah, it's gonna get real. So I just want to start off by saying this video is not sponsored at all. This video is completely from my opinion, from my experiences. So currently I'm 9 months postpartum, and I got my period back around 6 months postpartum. And I am breastfeeding, so I was thinking that my period will, come maybe a year later, just like any other mom that's breastfeeding. A lot of exclusively breastfeeding moms don't get their periods till about a year. And I knew before I got my period I wanted to go a different route. I didn't want to continue using tampons anymore, and if I did, I wanted to try like the organic kind. I was never really a pad girl. I hated pads. I always hated pads, but I did want to stop using tampons because I know all the bad stuff that's in it, and I just want to go a different route and healthier route. And plus I want to do something that was more environmentally friendly and also that helps you save money. So the two things I decided to try out were Thinx period proof panties and the DivaCup. So I've been trying out Thinx and the DivaCup for about 4 months now, so that means about 4 cycles just to make this video. I didn't want to make a video early. I want to give each product a try just so I can give you guys my full honest review. Now with this video, I'm just gonna do pros and cons of each, and then I'll say how I feel about both of them. Now the first product I'm going to tell you guys about are Thinx panties. If you guys don't know what Thinx are, it's a brand. They have period proof panties. So basically, instead of using a pad or tampon, panty liner, anything like that, you just bleed in the panty. And I know most of you guys are just like, that is disgusting, that's gross, like how can I just like bleed in my panties? But they actually have really good absorbency. Their absorbency is different between the panties, so like you can get a panty that holds about 1 tampon, and then there's panties that holds up to 4 tampons worth. I have a few here. So this is how they look. This one I believe is the brief one. They're tagless, and they have like, it feels like a pad in here, but it's very soft. And this is like the moderate flow, so it's really thin, and I really like these. Are really comfortable. Thinx has different type of style of panties. They have thongs, they have high waist, they have hip huggers, have one that's called sport. So there's a lot of different styles, which I really love about their brand. They have different colors, and these are the brief, and this is for super flow, so this holds up to 4 tampons. Now this one is a lot thicker. I don't know if you guys can tell. So when I first got these in the mail, I was just like, oh my god, I feel like you definitely going to see this through my jeans. Like it feels like a diaper. Like it's definitely thick. These have thick seams. If you're the type of girl that don't like lines shown through your jeans or pants and stuff like that, then these probably aren't for you, because they are pretty thick, so you definitely can see panty lines. I know there's some women out there that just don't like panty lines. They don't like it to show, although it's natural. Like it shows that you're wearing underwear. I mean, I don't have a problem with it, so I really like these. And these are the high waist ones, and they're so cute. So like I love that their brand, they're all about women empowerment. They're all about feeling confident during your period, feeling comfortable with your period. Don't make it, like, oh, I'm on my period, like all shy and stuff like that. Like just like really outspoken. I love their Instagram page. I follow their Instagram page. To have a little sexy sheer one with the cheetah print, feeling sexy on your period. I have about 5 pairs. So I have my list here of the pros and cons of Thinx panties. One of the pros obviously is that it replaces the pads and tampons, which means that it saves money. So these panties, they range within like $35 $32, $34. They're in the $30 range. Although it sounds expensive for one panty, just keep in mind how much you actually spend a month on pads, on tampons every month, because you gotta keep changing out, So depending on your flow, some women can wear a panty all day because they don't bleed that much, and then some women, they might have to change during the day. Second pro is that they're really comfortable. They really feel like regular underwear. I can't tell that I'm on my period. I don't feel wet, you know, when you are bleeding. Now when it does get full, I do feel wet. So a little thing about me is I have a really heavy flow. When I first got my period back, I didn't think it would be like so heavy. I was thinking like, since I am exclusively breastfeeding, I thought it would just be more spotting versus like my heavy flow that I had, you know, before my second baby. But yeah, my body was just like, no, it's back to normal scheduling. I was kind of frustrated because I got the Thinx panties before I got my period, so I just got like the moderate panties, not all super. So now that I know that I need super, I should have gotten all super panties. First time I tried the Thinx panties, it was probably like, you know, like day one, and day one for me is really heavy. Like, it's heavy from the jump. It's just like, whatever, here I am. I can say I can wear the Thinx panties without anything for probably an hour or 2 hours, and then I will have to change because I would start leaking through. Like I said, it depends completely on your flow. On their website, it lists everything. Like, it tells you which panty and how much tampons it holds. So definitely go and refer to their website and see which one you should order. Another pro is that obviously it's easy to put on. You don't have to worry about anything. Like, you literally just put on a panty and then you go. Another pro is that it also helps the environment because you're not making more waste. You're not throwing away tampons or pads, wrappers, and all that stuff. Like, you just have your panties and they're reusable, so you can have them, you know, forever, just as long as you take care of them, wash them and stuff like that. So now for my cons. Like I said earlier, I did leak. They claim that they are leak proof, and I mean, they can be leak proof if you get the right sizing. Make sure you get the right sizing. I only have one super pair, so this is the super pair, and when I wore this for about, I want to say about 8 hours, and that's when I started feeling like, I don't feel too comfortable. So that's when I like took it off. Another con is that they're not dryer friendly. After you take them off, you have to rinse them out with some mild soap. So rinse it in the sink to squeeze all the blood out, and that can be kind of gross if you guys don't like looking at blood. But then again, like, we literally bleed every month, so I mean, if you're not used to the sight or get queasy with the sight, then this is probably not for you. And then after that, then you could put it in the wash. They recommend putting in a little baggie, one of those net bags, to wash them in, and I definitely recommend that. In the beginning, I was kind of lazy and I didn't do that, and I forgot that they were in my washing machine with all my other clothes. Or like my husband, like, he'll just take out the clothes and just throw them in the dryer, and I do that too. Like, sometimes I'm just like, I don't even know what's in there, because I just throw everything in the wash, throw everything in the dryer, and just keep it moving. But these are not dryer friendly. You're not supposed to put them in the dryer because they mess up the technology, they mess up the absorbency and stuff like that. And I have to say, I probably put, out of my 5 pairs, I think I put about 3 pairs in the dryer. I haven't tried those pairs again without anything else to see if they mess up the technology, mess up the absorbency, because I'm scared, because I just don't want to bleed anywhere. So I just keep in mind which ones I kind of messed up, but they definitely went through the dryer a couple times. So that's one thing. If you're a mom and like you easily forget that whatever is in the washing machine, and you just like completely on the go, and laundry is like the last thing on your list, you just hate doing laundry and just throw things in the dryer, definitely have those net baggies so you can throw them in the bag, throw them in the wash, and while you're putting this stuff in the dryer, the bag stands out so you know to lay them flat and lay them to dry. That's the one thing that's a con for me, that they're not dryer friendly, because I like throwing things in the dryer versus having my panties, my period proof panties, laid out in the bathroom, and my husband's like, okay, are these dry yet? Another con is that they can smell. Now, they do advertise that they're odor proof, but I did notice, like, even after I washed them in the wash and I laid them out to dry, they had like a smell to it. It kind of had like a blood scent to it, and like I hand washed it and everything, but it kind of had a smell to it. And a lot of other people said that there was a smell to it like afterwards. And I did reach out to Thinx and they said that if that does happen, to like soak them in vinegar. Now I haven't done that yet. Now when I did have that smell, I just washed it again through another cycle and then it didn't smell anymore, so they don't smell now. Wearing them, I don't feel like there was a smell, you know, with during it. And another con, I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I can't imagine myself wearing these type of panties what if I went out or if I went to work, only because I will have to change it out. So like if there was like a family bathroom or a private bathroom within your workplace, or you know, if you go to the mall and you like feel uncomfortable and it's time to change, you know, it's easy to change a pad or a tampon. But like if you're out in public, I guess, and if you had to change your panties, I would think you would have to bring like a baggie with you just to keep that in there and then wash it later and then put new panties on. That's kind of like a huge con for me, just because it's not like an easy, like, you know, take off this pad and put on a new one. Like you literally have to take off your pants to take off your panties and put your blood panties somewhere else just to put on new panties. So it's just like that whole process of just changing out, it's like extra because you have to take off everything just to put on some new panties on. Like I said, if you are light flower, then this is more for you because you can actually wear them all day long. So those are my pros and cons for the Thinx panties. Now for the DivaCup. So the DivaCup comes in this little baggie. It comes in a box and it comes with a baggie, which is pretty cool. This is the cup, y'all. It's a menstrual cup, and this is basically kind of like a tampon because it goes inside of you. Yeah. Now the DivaCup is only one brand. There's a lot of other brands out there. There's a lot of other menstrual cups. Like that's what it's really called, the menstrual cup. I feel like DivaCup was like one of the first menstrual cups, so that's why I got the DivaCup. The DivaCup also comes in different sizes. So I think it starts from 0, 1, and then 2. 0 is for like teenagers, like they're just starting their period, so it's like a smaller cup. Size 1 is for women who never had kids, and then size 2 are for women who did have kids. So obviously I had 2 kids, so I got size 2. So I was really intimidated by this, but I've seen so many other reviews like how much they swear by it and to keep trying, and like my friend, she loves it. When I got it, I was just like, okay, I can try this out because all I use is tampons. I'm used to tampons. I saw this and I was just like, all right, okay. And then I read the directions front and back. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try this out. Yeah, it was, my first couple tries was very stressful, very intimidating. When I got my first period postpartum, you know, I just used the Thinx panties. I still use tampons. I was just like, I'm gonna slowly, you know, graduate into this. So I decided to try the DivaCup during my second postpartum cycle. You open it out the box, you have to sanitize it, so you have to like boil it for about 5 minutes. It comes with a little booklet that teaches you, you know, how to clean it, how to take care of it, how to put it in, different ways to fold it. And it was a lot. I just felt like a teenager again, trying to learn about my period or learn about my body or how to learn how to use a tampon. I was just like, I'm good with tampons. Like, why can't I figure this out? So like the first time I tried it, I was like, okay, I think I got it in. But I think I put in way too much because I felt like I lost it. So that's like another anxiety about this cup. But in reality, you cannot lose anything in there. There's no way that it's gonna get lost in there. To me, I was just like, oh my gosh, where is it? That was my first experience with it. And also I leaked, so obviously it wasn't in there right. I felt like I put it way too up in there and it was just a disaster. I was just like, okay, I think I'm over it. I was just like, all right, I'm gonna just stick with the Thinx panties for this cycle and tampons next cycle. I tried it again. I leaked again. I was just like, oh my gosh, like it was just very frustrating. I was just like over it. So then this past cycle, I was just like, I'm going to get this right because I really want to make this video for you guys so I can give you guys my full opinion about it. And I watched so many YouTube videos about it, so many other reviews, how they kept saying keep trying, you know, once you got it, once you got the hang of it, then it's good, you're gonna love it, blah blah. So I was like, this period, I'm gonna use it the whole time. And that's what I did. And I feel like I got better at it. So let me tell you guys my pros and cons first. So the first pro is that it's a 12-hour wear. 12 hours, that is a long time. With tampons, you're supposed to change it within what, 2 to 3 hours, and this one you can have in there for 12 hours. Crazy. Second pro, just like the Thinx panties, it saves money because you're not going out buying pads and tampons. Now the DivaCup is about $35. I want to say $35-$40, but that's all you spend because it's reusable. In the booklet, it did say to replace it every year, but there are menstrual cups that can last like a lifetime or up to 5 years. I don't know if they in their booklet says it's to replace within 1 year because of how it's made or just because for safety reasons, but I have seen other YouTubers that reviewed other menstrual cups and they said that it can last a lifetime or 5 years or so. So I think it just depends on what brand you get, and every brand has like different shapes, different colors and all that stuff. So it's a whole different world out here for periods. I'm 28 years old and I'm like still learning about periods. That's another pro, is that it saves money and is also environmentally friendly. Another pro, which you guys might not feel like it's a pro, but you can, you know, see your blood. I have to be honest, the first time I did it, I was just like, ugh, like, oh my gosh, this is the blood. But the pro about it is that you can actually see that you don't really bleed as much as you think, which is like really surprising to me because as a heavy flower, I mean, when I use pads and tampons, I think I'm freaking dying because of how much I bleed. I'm like, how is this life? How am I alive? But when I had the cup in for 12 hours, I was just like, oh, okay, this is not as much as I thought. So on the DivaCup, it has lines and like has numbers on here that show you like how much blood is on there. So like the most I ever had was probably like up to here, which is kind of to the top, this line right here. This is in ½ an ounce, but that was me wearing it all night sleeping, so that was about like 10 hours for ½ an ounce, which is crazy. So I never actually filled to the top, which is pretty cool, which I thought I would probably overflow with this thing because of how much I bleed. Now to the cons. Like I said, it was hard to use at first. Like, I mean, I don't want to say I'm 100% a pro with it yet. Maybe next month when I try it again, maybe I'll say I feel more confident. Since this past period, that was the first time I actually used it the whole week. Like I said, it is difficult to use. It's something that you have to keep trying, keep reading, keep doing research and stuff like that, just because you want to make sure it's like in there correctly, and it makes you think about and like realize how your body is shaped. Now the menstrual cup is not for everybody. Every woman is different, shaped differently inside and everything like that. So you really got to know about yourself, learn about yourself while doing this. Another con is that I feel like you really have to, I don't want to say dig in, because like that just sounds so crazy. When I first used this, like I was like in there. I was just like, is this in? Like you really gotta put it in, turn it around in there. I was just like my wrist, like it was definitely some work. That just sounds like a really bad con, but like I'm just trying to be honest with you guys. Like I was literally in there like, all right, is it in there? Like, because you gotta make sure it opens. How about let me show you guys the folds first. So they talk about 2 different folds with this. So there's the U fold, I think is either the U or C fold. So basically you push it like this and then you fold it like this and then you insert it inside, and then once you put it inside, then it opens up like that. But sometimes when it's inside, it's still, you know, your vagina walls, they're like, it has it like this. But if you have it, if it feels like this inside, then it's not fully open. That means you're going to leak. It's not fully suctioned inside your vagina. So that's why you gotta like play around with it inside your vagina to make sure it opens up wide, opens up the whole thing. And then once you feel it wide, then you gotta make a 360, turn it in there, making sure it's fully secured in there, and then you're good to go. Then the other fold is like, I don't know what it's really called. It's like the tuck and something. You just bring this down. So you just put my finger here and you tuck it in like that. So you push it down, and then it looks like this. And so that's another way that you put it in, and then opens up in there. feel like every time you see an advertisement of menstrual cups, it looks like it's so easy, but it's definitely tricky, especially if it's like folded in like that. You feel like it's in there, like it felt comfortable, but once you like literally put your finger in there and feel around it, it wasn't fully open. So you gotta like play around with it, and then I still don't have the tricks on how to fully open it. I just like feel around there until it pops open. So yeah, that's a con, that it can get not messy, but like, I mean, you pull out your finger and you're gonna have some blood on it, you know. So yeah, it's something else. And another con, and obviously if it's not open all the way, you can't leak, so that's annoying too. Another con is that I highly suggest, and I also saw another YouTuber suggest, to take it out when you have a bowel movement. So when you gotta poop, you're gonna have to take it out. So when you do have a bowel movement, it uses the same muscles as like your vagina. So like you're gonna be pushing, and then your cup is gonna start pushing down and might fall out and fall in the toilet, and you don't want that. That is just ugh. That is a con, because it just can be like just extra, you know. You just gotta like, oh, I gotta take it out, dump the blood out, do your business, and that's a con right there. It's a little extra. And another con is just like cleaning it out in public. Just like the Thinx panties, I would suggest with using this, you would probably want to go to like a private bathroom, you know, one of the family bathrooms that, you know, that has a sink in there, just so when you do take it out, you can dump out the blood and then rinse it out with water and then put it back in. But if you don't have access to a single bathroom and you're out in public, if you just use like feminine wipes, you can just wipe it that way, or just use a toilet paper and then put it back in there. To me, I feel more cleaner when I like actually rinse it out. Then again, it is a 12-hour wear, so you really don't have to like dump it out like that anyway. So that one is like a pro and con in one. It depends. If you're out and you just feel uncomfortable and you just want to dump it out, I would suggest to go to the private bathroom just so you can rinse it out. Now with the DivaCup, it comes with like more of a longer silicone thing right here, so I did end up cutting it. Everyone is different, like how they feel comfortable, so I decided to cut it because I kept feeling it right there and it was just uncomfortable for me. So some people like cut it all, and I believe, did I cut it all the way? I think I probably could cut it a little bit more. But yeah, so right here it was a little bit longer, and some people like to keep it just so they know where it's at, so it's easier to pull out. But I just cut it up a little bit. I don't know if you can cut it anymore. I thought this was like a hole for it to come out, but it's not. It's just like a little stick, kind of like a tampon string, I guess. But when you do take out the cup, you don't want to pull it from here anyway. You just want to pinch it from the bottom of the base and then pinch it so you can lose its suction, and then you can like use your muscles to push down, as in like you're like having a baby kind of, so it can like slowly come down and then come out, and you want to pull it out straight so you don't spill it everywhere, and then you just dump it out. So yeah, those are my pros and cons of the DivaCup. Now overall, I like the Thinx panties, I like the DivaCup, despite the cons of both of them. I really do like them together. I like using the DivaCup because I don't have to change as often. I know exactly what's going inside of me. It's not any like kind, nothing's going to be left inside, such as, you know, if you do use a tampon, sometimes little strands of kind can be left inside, and that's just unhealthy, you know. So I know it's just silicone. I like to wear them together just because in the beginning, like I said, I did experience leaks. Actually, this past period I didn't have any leaks at all, but I still wore the Thinx panties as backup. So as like a panty liner, as like a pad, just in case if I did leak. I'm still not 100% confident in using the DivaCup. I want to say I'm about 90%, and I feel like give me a couple more cycles and I'll be 100%, but I do feel 90% confident, and that's why I like to use them together. So if you do decide to use the DivaCup and you don't want to, you know, invest in Thinx panties at all, then, you know, then definitely have a pad as backup just in case, especially in the beginning. Now for Thinx panties, just make sure that you get the right sizing depending on your flow. Overall, I really suggest for you guys to try out both just because everybody is different. Now I have also tried organic tampons, the Cora brand, and I was not a fan of it at all. I felt like it did not absorb anything. Before, I used to use always Super Plus tampons of just like regular Kotex and stuff like that. But I was just like, okay, if I'm not going to use that anymore, let me at least try the organic tampons. And I tried the organic Super Cora tampons, but did not like it at all because it did not absorb anything. I leaked within 30 minutes of putting it in. So I was just like, okay, what the hell is this doing? But I also seen a lot of people that use organic tampons with the Thinx panties because they know organic tampons do not hold as much as regular tampons do, which is a bummer, which makes no sense to me. Why use organic tampons if it doesn't hold? It's just a lot. I mean, I guess you're supposed to change out your tampons more often. Either way, I just wasn't a fan of the organic tampons. So that's why I was just like, well, I really want to get confident with using the DivaCup because I'm not the type that likes to wear pads. I'm not the type that likes to just like sit in my blood. But I do have to say the Thinx is really good. The DivaCup is really good. So overall, I think you guys should try both of them out. See how you like them. If you guys have any questions about any of these products, just leave a comment down below. I didn't expect this video to be so long. I didn't want to leave anything out because, especially for me as a person that was like interested in it, I really wanted to watch like a full video of somebody like that experienced it and it gave me their full honest opinion, you know, like their journey about it. And that's why I really want to make this video, for you women out there who are curious about both of these products. If you liked this video and you felt like it was helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and make sure you guys subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.